the new MrBeast allegations are terrible. Credits obviously goes to August the Duck. I don't know much about it. I don't know what does he mean. This is new to me, by the way. I swear I don't know how did MrBeast get to trouble, but let's just find out.
All right, let's get this out of the way first thing. I'm gonna say this one time only, then we're moving on. If I catch a single one of you commenting anything along the lines of you need to blow your nose or you sound funny, everybody's getting punished, okay? I'm aware that it's a little nasally today. The situation is under control. I appreciate your concern. Trust me though, I know, all right? Are we clear? Good. Glad we could come to an
You are a beautiful man and your nose is beautiful. There's nothing missing about you. Please, I don't want to go to trouble. Please, man. I don't want to go to trouble, really.
understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that I believe the universe has once again stabilized. Everything is finally back to normal, or I mean at least things are once again going the way we expect them to. And I say that because once again the MrBeast company is being accused of something heinous. Feels like 2024 all over again. Yeah, so a few days ago it went public that a former MrBeast employee is suing the company over claims of sexual harassment and workplace gender bias. Now the claims come from a former executive named Lorraine, and she claims that the harassment of women employees was condoned and complaints.
Never ever in my life I thought that MrBeast can actually harass a woman. Like never ever in my life I thought that MrBeast can do something like this, man. No way, no way. That is fake. That is fake.
Were not taken seriously at the business. She also claims that she was fired after, quote, complaining about a workplace that suffered from a lack of basic employment protections. Now, obviously, these are extremely serious claims, and right now everything is just alleged, but to me, and really I think most people, this looks pretty bad, and that is mainly due to the fact that this is not the first, nor is it even just the second time that we have heard of claims like this coming from people who work within or adjacent to the MrBeast company. Now, it is important to note that none of the claims that have made it to a courtroom have been confirmed yet, but at the same time, none of those lawsuits have come to a conclusion yet, and it seems like we are back in the middle of the shit show that was the whole MrBeast situation a couple of years ago. Now, if you somehow have no idea what I'm talking about when I say the MrBeast situation, wow, you've missed out on a lot, but I think in the context of this video, it's important that you're at least somewhat aware of what I'm talking about, so I'll do my best to give you a quick rundown in like a minute or less. For most of you, I realize that this will be shit.
Yeah, come on, man, please. I don't know nothing, man.
You already know, but like I mentioned, this is not the first time we've heard of these claims, and I think that fact is extremely relevant when we are looking at a new lawsuit alleging the same stuff. So, with that being said, let's get into the details. There's a lot to go through. Let's begin. Please subscribe. Okay, so like I said, gonna try and get through this recap as quickly as I can, but there is a lot to go through. In my opinion, there is a lot of information that is relevant to this lawsuit and makes the whole thing look just that much worse. So basically, back in early to mid 2024, MrBeast found himself in the beginning of what was going to end up being like a 6-month-long endless wave of controversy. And as I'm sure many of you remember, it all started with Ava Chris Tyson, a long-standing member of the MrBeast channel. Allegations surfaced that there were some inappropriate interactions between Ava Chris Tyson and minors on Discord. The screenshots of everything spread rapidly, people started digging, and a whole lot of weird shit was discovered pretty quickly. And it was
Bro, Chris Tyson, bro. I can't lie to you, bro. The biggest glow down in human history, man. Used to work for MrBeast. He had a beard, he had a wife, he had a kid. And this man decided to switch like that and become, as you can see in front of us. I can't say the word, but as you can see, bro, he was straight. I don't know what happened. I don't know what did you find attractive that made you do that, but sure.
Honestly pretty bad. Lots of serious
Your body, your choice. I'm not gonna say anything.
Seriously weird and seriously questionable behavior from Ava was discovered on Twitter, old MrBeast videos, and all of this together resulted in Ava's departure from the channel. Now eventually the MrBeast company announced an internal investigation into all this. A third-party law firm was brought in and they found that the claims against Ava were baseless. Now while that might be the case, the behavior that we could all see with our own eyes, stuff like having a fucking Shadman poster in your room visible in a MrBeast video, was pretty damning, and from that point forward there was really no going back. The reputation of the MrBeast company was forever damaged, and it only got worse from there. Shortly after this, though, the whole Delaware situation popped up, and this one is a lot foggier. What actually went down is still not really known, but
Registered a what? Registered a what? Nah, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. No way.
But basically the main claim was that the MrBeast company hired a known registered sex offender and tried to hide that from their audience. Now obviously the claims about trying to cover it up are just speculation. Multiple former employees claimed that the higher-ups at the MrBeast company knew that he was a registered sex offender, but I did my best to look back into everything, and I think this is one of the things that never really fully got resolved or answered. What is known for sure though is that in some way, shape, or form this guy was employed by the MrBeast company and he was a registered sex offender. Anyways, after this and on.
Yo, MrBeast, I swear if your fiance sees this, there might be a divorce happening, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe what he's saying, but I don't know if your fiance would. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Good luck with your life, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I think that this is probably the most important piece of context here. A class action lawsuit was filed against MrBeast production company regarding the Beast Games, with the complaint alleged being widespread mistreatment of the Beast Games contestants, with part of that mistreatment including sexual harassment. A quote from the lawsuit claims that the environment, quote, systematically fostered a culture of misogyny and sexism. So I mean, combine all of this with other one-off claims of just general toxic workplace environments, including occasional claims of sexism and misogyny, and suddenly this new lawsuit looks a whole lot worse than it might if none of this other shit ever happened. Anyways, so much for that 1 minute long recap. I did the best I could. I think that's as quick as anybody on the planet could have done that. Let's take a
No. You did more than enough. You did more than enough. W August the Duck. W August the Duck. Yeah, let's go. He explained what happened. Now let's get straight to the actual video.
Look at what we know so far about this brand new lawsuit. So, like I mentioned earlier, this lawsuit was filed by a former executive at the MrBeast company named Lorraine Mavromatis. And the main allegations of this lawsuit seem to be mistreatment of employees based on workplace gender bias and sexual harassment. More specifically, this article details that the lawsuit is accusing the MrBeast company of violating federal law that entitles eligible employees to take unpaid job-protected leave for qualifying family and medical reasons, including childbirth. Mavromatis also filed a complaint with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission alleging discrimination on the basis of sex, pregnancy, and retaliation. She claimed that she was working non-stop following her baby's birth, including while she was in the delivery room. She said in an interview, quote, "I was still bleeding and I just had to show up." She also said that in the years leading—
No way. No way. You told MrBeast that you're having a baby and he was like, I don't care, you gotta show up. No way. No way. Yo, MrBeast, you might actually be cooked.
Up to the termination of her employment, she experienced sexual harassment and workplace gender bias. Apparently, less than 3 weeks after she returned to work full-time after giving birth, she was fired. Due to all of this, Mavromatis says that she has suffered mental anguish, humiliation, embarrassment, and damage to her emotional and psychological well-being. She is seeking lost wages, lost benefits, and reinstatement, amongst various other forms of damages. Now, I think it's important to note here that the MrBeast company and its lawyers have been strongly denying these claims. Like, the word strongly might be an understatement. A representative for the MrBeast company has described the claims as a clout-chasing complaint, built on deliberate misrepresentations and categorically false statements, saying that they have the receipts to prove that that is the case. They also said that the company had extensive evidence, including messages, documents, and witness testimony that unequivocally refutes Mavromatis' claims. They said that they will not submit to opportunistic lawyers looking to manufacture a payday from us. There were also some more—
That's it, you're cooked. Not MrBeast, but the woman. The woman is cooked. They have evidence, they have receipts, they have everything. Yeah, that's GG's for the girl. The girl is dead.
Specific things shared, like the company sharing an exchange on their workplace messaging app called Slack, where apparently a coworker told Mavromatis that she shouldn't even be checking her messages after she had to cancel a meeting because she was in labor, and also in response to the claim that the company failed to inform her of her rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act, the company shared a screenshot of her signature confirming her receipt of the employee handbook, including their FMLA policies. So I mean, both sides are making extremely strong claims, and both sides seem pretty damn confident in their ability to prove their version of the story to be the correct one. And I mean, these claims just get worse and worse as you continue to get deeper and deeper into the details of this lawsuit. For example, one of the claims is that after a few months at the company, Mavromatis noticed that Jimmy, aka MrBeast, would not make eye contact with her, and due to this, she asked James Warren, MrBeast's cousin, for advice. And according to the complaint, his response was that Jimmy gets really awkward around beautiful women. Let's just say that when you're around and he goes to the restroom, he's not actually using the restroom, which is—
Don't tell me. No way. No way. He goes to the restroom but isn't using the restroom. Don't tell me what I think it is. Don't tell me what I think it is, Mr. Beast, you dirty bastard. There is no way on earth you do that. No way. I can't say it on YouTube, but you guys are grown. You understand what I'm talking about.
It's genuinely just an insane thing to say to a person, especially in a work setting, and I feel like it's the kind of thing that is just so damn specific that most people would struggle like making something like that up. You would think that if this was said, it was said as just like a shitty attempt at humor, like this guy just trying to embarrass MrBeast and make him look like a creep because he thinks it's funny. But like if this is true, whatever the intention might have been, for the CEO of a company, which James was at the time, to tell an employee like, hey, you know the main guy around here? Yeah, whenever he sees you, he goes into the bathroom and jerks off, is absolutely absurd. Like, that is genuinely insane behavior. MrBeast's company responded to this and said that Jimmy's frequent bathroom trips were attributed to his Crohn's disease, which, like, yeah, probably the case. I feel like the big...
Bro, MrBeast has a fiance, he has a girlfriend. There's no way he'll just look at any beautiful woman and decides to go to the bathroom for this reason. There's no way.
Your issue here is not why MrBeast was going to the bathroom. I feel like it's the joke and the implication that the fucking CEO of the company made. Interesting how they didn't really seem to address that. Anyways, that's pretty much all the information that's out there right now. This all just went public a few days ago from my understanding, so it'll probably be a few months before we really hear anything like concrete. Obviously, everything is still up in the air right now, but as an outsider looking in, this does not look good. I feel like after you reach a certain number of these claims, of these sorts of allegations, even the most skeptical of people really have to start questioning the idea that somehow all of these people are just doing this for fame, doing it for money, doing it for the clout. Like, look, if it was still early 2024 and it was all pretty much just like YouTube videos, okay, I would understand being a lot more skeptical, but I feel like a lot of people underestimate the risk and expense that is involved when it comes to opening up a lawsuit like this. Lawsuits like this cost a lot, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's even more expensive, it's even more stressful, it's more like everything negative associated with a lawsuit.
But I swear to God, I'm telling you, this girl might actually lose badly. The reason is, like, MrBeast is the most subscribed in the world right now, yeah? So a lot of people are gonna defend the hell out of him. But if you manage to win, do you know the amount of money MrBeast is gonna lose? But also MrBeast has enough money to bail himself out. So there's no point of suing the guy.
You're going up against somebody that you know has like 10,000 times the funds that you have. Funds to hire the best lawyers to pick you apart, funds to countersue you, funds to make this lawsuit an absolute living nightmare for you. Now look, obviously those things being the case does not like automatically make this lawsuit airtight. It doesn't make the claims true, but I do feel like it sort of changes the optics. I feel like these days a lot of people are very quick to be like, oh, if you're saying anything bad about anybody like big and established, you're just clout chasing, you're just looking for a payday. And if it's like a YouTube video or a tweet, okay, I can understand that sort of mindset, but a massive lawsuit like this is a completely different game, and a lot of people are probably not gonna do it like willy-nilly. Some people will, for sure. That's why you can never just jump to conclusions, but I don't think you should jump to conclusions in either direction. Anyways, I'm curious to see how this all ends up playing out. If I'm not mistaken, the whole Beast Games lawsuit is still open, so probably not gonna be the most fun year for the MrBeast company, with a whole shit show that was that live streamer event that MrBeast tried to pull off a couple of weeks ago that apparently went down terribly. It's beginning to look a lot like 2024 all over again, and I'm not sure that's a good thing. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, this whole thing looks a whole lot worse than it would if like this was the first time we had ever heard of anything like this going on in the MrBeast company, but obviously it is not. It's not even the second or third. So I mean, like, once
I swear to God, this is actually my first time hearing about this. Even though that he said it's the second, third, or the fourth, now that's the first time I hear about MrBeast getting sued for multiple disgusting things like that. Me personally, I don't believe it, because like, why would he do that? MrBeast has all the money in the world. He can get the best lawyers and win, and like he helps out charity. He gives out to Africa. He does so much. He builds schools and pharmacies. So why would he waste his time and do this disgusting type of thing?
you get a pattern of stuff like this happening, a pattern of these sorts of allegations, these sorts of accusations, even if they go nowhere in court, you've really got to start to wonder, like, why? Could it just be clout chasing? Could it just be people wanting money? Sure, it could be. It also could not be. And I feel like a lot of people these days are just like really quick to dismiss that as a possibility. I mean, like, in a way, you would hope that the lawsuit is bullshit. You would hope that this stuff is not going down at a massive company. So, I mean, there's only so many people who really know the truth right now, and none of those people are us. So I think it's just important to keep your mind open and realize that stuff like this can go either way. All I can say is hopefully eventually justice is served in the way it needs to be, and one day we all know the truth. Not gonna keep my fingers crossed for that one though, because, well, I just know better. So yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Good luck with MrBeast. Something new that we all learned today. I don't know, after this video, how will everyone like react to MrBeast now? Would they see MrBeast like they used to? Would they respect him still? Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of questions I gotta ask. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and hope you guys do have a blessing and a fantastic day. See you guys on the next one, and peace.